Hello everyone, Manthroll here, and welcome to a little bit of a sneak peek, a little bit of a heads up for you guys with the player-owned farms. Now, I know there's some changes in the past that some people thought were less than desirable, but the thing of it is, when you look at it on the grand scale of everything, the player-owned farm essentially made all other farming borderline useless, borderline pointless, because you could get so much XP very, very easily by doing a player-owned farm. So what they're doing is they're releasing an update soon, so you still have time to take advantage of this XP while you can, because guess what? It's changing again. So what they're going to be introducing is less animals in the game, so the breed chances are going to go down. Probably drop chances are going to go down. Now, they didn't confirm drop chances, but they did say that the breed chances out of pen were going to go down. The XP is being dropped from what originally it was 100% and it went to 70%. Now it's going to be dropped down to 50%. So you will be getting half the XP you used to get whenever it was first released. Now this update is still really good, it's still really well, but it's meant to be an addition to the farming skill, not to take part and overwhelm farming skill as a whole, which it kind of did. So now there's actually going to be a reason to go back to regular farming, tree farming, fruit trees, etc., etc. It's supposed to help people with the sense of needing to do it all. Now, since there is certain things that are actually going to be happening, that means like the decreased chances and stuff like that. That also would entail that stuff like the shinies are going to be more valuable than they used to be. So there's going to be certain things that are actually going to increase in value. So that's actually a good thing for a lot of people who are traders or merchants, etc., etc. Now, the other thing that's going to impact the XP ratio is the fact that they are actually going to be determining the XP by your animal's health and happiness. So the happier and the healthier your pet, the more XP you're going to see in return. Which kind of makes sense, because the more effort you put into it, that should determine how good your animal is. Not so much if you just let it go and then, boo, I got an animal, yippee. So keep these things in mind. These are the changes that are upcoming. I just wanted to make a short video letting you guys know this. This way you guys know, hey, let's do this. Up next, I do want to discuss one more topic, that information that they did release, and that is the weapon diversity. As we currently know, the beta will be stopping if it hasn't stopped already. And to top it off, they are scrapping the current idea. Not the concept altogether, but from one thing they noticed is they said that right now, as it stands, the only difference between the weapon diversity versus anything else is just the fact that it increases DPS, but at the same time there's still an optimum way to go for DPS. So they're not really making it unique in the sense of, using an axe versus using a short sword. So there's really nothing that is kind of making something overly unique. Now, there is a few things that probably will stick around, at least I would hope, and that is something like the dual warhammers, I believe it was, being able to do an AoE attack, hitting everything around you. I think that's pretty cool. See, that is something that makes that weapon unique. So if you want to do AoE type attacks without actually needing to do an AoE attack, you're going to want to use warhammers, which makes things more diverse. However, everything else it essentially just did DPS, and that is not what the goal of this is. So do keep in mind that it is going to be coming. It's just a matter of when and how. So they're going to scrap this idea and come up with a new bulletin of what type of effects that could be in place with these weapons. And a big help to this would actually be if you guys go to the forums and actually suggest your ideas. Go to their Discord and suggest your ideas. You never know, you might spark an idea, or they might even like your idea and they might run with it. So try to help them along, because one thing RuneScape has that most MMOs do not have, and actually a good chunk of other games don't have, is a company that is actually willing to work with you and actually develop a game with you. So try to keep that in mind. They are just as passionate about this game as we are. They dislike and like changes, but sometimes, like the player-owned farm change, I'm sure there's a lot of the JMods who dislike the idea of nerfing it. But in all reality, for the sake of balancing and actually making everything worthwhile and not killing other content, this is something that actually kind of has to happen, whether we like it or not. But that'll be it for this video, so thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, later guys.